I am Dr. Samba Sheku Samba from Sierra Leone Intelligentsia. Drug abuse, particularly Kush use, has become a grave concern as it speedily eliminates our young people in Sierra Leone. It is a new epidemic that deserves to be treated as number one national security crisis. That is why I am incredibly humbled by the vigorous community mobilization efforts against the horrors of Kush across the country, as witnessed in our contentious social media platforms. Community action for Kush elimination is a striking depiction of their desperation to neutralize the emerging threat from such deadly substance. I therefore salute those communities out there in Sierra Leone for their outspokenness in the face of Kush. Community action against Kush, mainly driven by young people, has captivated public attention and interest. So, shedding light on such community effort is a clear exhibition of my steadfast commitment to Kush containment and eventual elimination from Sierra Leone. We should really run this community action and desperation as our show of solidarity with them. I am encouraging fellow Sierra Leoneans to be forthright in your condemnation of Kush and never to shy away from expressing your disapproval of such deadly enterprise in your communities. I am deeply alarmed by the fact that for some times now, daily Kush use has not dropped, likewise the death toll. Kush is making young people to totally hate themselves because it makes them to engage in extreme behaviors like dropping out of schools, engaging in stealing, and living on the street. Kush use is causing young people to suffocate themselves with poor diets, poor hygiene, and liver damage. Kush use is causing horrible skin deterioration of our young people due to severe dehydration. It is causing young people to suffer from dry skin, extreme and compulsive itching, leading to scratch, thereby creating wounds on their bodies, particularly their feet. When someone is dehydrated as a result of Kush use, it causes extremely restricted blood flow. Since blood is one of the primary agents in healing tissues, Kush use prevents such healing from taking place. The reason why Kush users have sores on their body is because the chemical toxin they take in absolutely has to come out. So, the skin being the largest organs, a lot of detoxification has to take place through the skin. Make no mistake, Kush is taking away the dreams from every parent's heart and replace it with a nightmare. And it is time to stand up and repair those broken hearts. That is why the participation and the courage of the communities saying no to Kush deserves our encouragement and support. I therefore encourage young people to be intensely involved in the effort to fight against Kush abuse in the community. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, there is time for politics, there is time for election, and there is time for united national action for progress, and this is one of those moments. It is not fair to see Freetown catapulting into Kush capital of Sierra Leone. That is a red flag pointing to our poor handling of young people when they are in crisis. Those who travel across the country have gained new awareness of how terrible and threatening Kush abuse is to our society. Communities across the country want a Kush-free society. That is why they are venting their anger on Kush dealers in their various communities. Such venture is inspirational. It is a clear indication that the fight against Kush epidemic is not government alone fight. It is our fight. And it is a fight that we must win. So stop being a spectator or a bystander. Why Kush ravage your community and get involved? Indifference is not an option in this fight because addiction does not discriminate. Whether you are old or young, poor or rich, university graduate or not educated, APC or SIPP, it got across. It is especially damaging to the young people on whom our future depends. Regular Kush use is higher among the young people despite the best efforts of governments and other humanitarian endeavors. I personally hold no regard to Kush sellers because they are invading our communities as the devil's disciples to spread their evils. Make no mistake, these drug criminals are ingenious. For every door we close on one drug, they open a new door to death. Yesterday it was Tramadol, and today it is Kush. They work every day to plot a new and better way to steal our young people's lives. Kush dealers prosper in their evil enterprise because of our unwillingness to act. Kush sellers' business is easy to flourish because they attract young people who are consumed by the spirit of hopelessness. It is no secret that many young people faces a tsunami of family problems, which causes them sometimes to walk under the wrong tree and get hooked up to Kush, thereby slashing their dreams. Kush dealers have, as part of their business strategy, attracting young people whose parents are not communicating with them. They are filling the gap created by parents who seems to be too busy to take care or communicate with their children. Kush is an explosively destructive and deadly drug that is crushing the lives of young people. It is like an uncontrolled fire right now in Sierra Leone. It is no hidden secret in Sierra Leone that Kush is tearing up our society. Kush addiction has reached an epidemic proportion as it continues to creep into the lives of our young people and hijack their lives. Most of these Kush users are from a broken family. Most of them are abused children. Many young people are struggling to overcome demons of childhood abuse and are taking to Kush to escape their pains and traumas. That is why support groups should be established at family, community, and institutional levels, not only to promote connection with the affected population, but to also help transform them into motivational people. We should identify and encourage recovered Kush addicts to help others who are in the mess to come out of it. These young people are powerless over their addictive behaviors. Support groups can also include former Kush users, as their advice can help current users to build new skills and gain new identity. The current wave of community mobilization against Kush dealers is urging us to be smarter, to be stronger and tougher than the Kush sellers. Kush or drug dealers vibrate on some set of rules and principles that includes 1. They trust no one. For them, everybody is a suspect. 2. They will never get high on their own supply. So, since Kush sellers don't use the drug they sell themselves, they don't know the devastation they are causing to families and communities. 3. Kush sellers believe that the only sin they are committing is being caught. For them, as long as they are not caught, they commit no sin. So, the current community prescription appears to be effective and productive, targeting the Kush dealers directly. It is our attitudinal change that can dry up their markets. Kush market can survive best in a community where there is a scarcity of positive influencers to young people. Let me be brutally honest to young people who are cheating themselves out of this world through untimely death by Kush. Your family and community needs you. If you are using Kush, make the determination now to stay clean and sober. I want the young people to understand that life can be great as a precious gift from God, but not when you are incapacitated by Kush or death. So, I encourage you to just say no to someone who offered you Kush. Say yes to better life. They should understand that their Kush use is bringing shame, embarrassment, and sorrow to their families, their communities, and loved ones. Many parents and communities have great misconception about what government can do and cannot do. Many fail to realize that government cannot come to your homes and set boundaries for your kids. It is your responsibility as a parent. As parents, are you talking to your children about drug abuse? Are parents engaging their children in activities like sport that can make them feel that they belong? I can confidently tell you that parents are no longer spending time with their children. That makes them develop the sense that they don't care for them. For some young people, Kush addiction is just a pain management strategy. Parents who cannot engage their children are now blaming the devil or the spirit for their children's Kush overdose. We'll be launching a national crusade on Kush, and we will use this occasion to celebrate young people who have stopped using Kush and are now sober. They are going to be our anti-Kush ambassadors, and they will lead the crusade. We are going to start celebrating young people who quit Kush and are now sober, just as the way we celebrate marriage, birthday, and other festivals. This is to motivate others to quit and be celebrated. My message to young people is that if you quit Kush use, we will celebrate you. It is a crusade that seeks to expand public awareness and prevention. We want a Kush-free communities and schools. We will be establishing an award program for young people who got hooked to Kush, successfully got out of the nightmare, and stay sober, and effectively present their life experiences to recovery. As we work to expand public awareness and prevention, government should treat Kush sale as a threat to our national security, and they should strengthen law enforcement activities against Kush in Sierra Leone. Government should also work to ensure that the public is protected and that treatment is available to Kush users and the chemically dependent. Some community members are loaded with suspicion that police seized Kush are never destroyed, and that such seized Kush end up being part of the supply chain that are recycled into the communities. I encourage these communities to exercise their right to know how many Kush have been seized, how many Kush dealers have been tried and convicted and assets seized. Communities deserve the right to know whether there has been increased seizure of Kush of late in the face of such community mobilization against the drug. Communities deserve the right to bear witness to such destruction in order to allay their fear about police connivance with Kush dealers. Communities want the destruction of seized Kush in plain sight of the community members so as to increase their confidence that such seized drugs are not recycled into their communities. Thank you. I remain Dr. Samba Sheku Samba.